recording. Hello, Justin here. I am in my fiance's kindergarten classroom. She was lucky to, or I'm lucky that she helped or let me lend her classroom, and so I have literally everything at my disposal here. And so I am going to be doing my math lesson, the first grade one, working with concepts of 10. And so what I have here, I don't know if you can see, and my face will be kind of cut out when I'm teaching, so I apologize for that. But I have straws here and just like a bunch of manipulatives for kind of drilling the concepts of 10 into their brains. And so to start my lesson, get this out of the way. So, alright, let's begin. Alright, so I'll begin. Alright, today, students, we are going to be working with tens, or learning the concepts of 10. And so, before we get to there, students, who can show me on their hand the number 5? The number 5, right? Awesome, good job. And so, how many, or who can show me 10 on their hands? 10 on their hands, right? All fingers, correct? Yes, awesome. So today we are going to be counting or making bundles of 10s with these sticks or straws. So if I don't drop them. So who wants to help me create a bundle of 10 using these sticks? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many do we have here, students? 10 straws, right? So that's going to be our bundle. So let's put this in a rubber band, and that'll be our bundle of 10. Don't drop it. My goodness. All right, this is our bundle of 10. So now I'm going to let you maybe work with a partner or on your own, grab your own straws, and you're going to make bundles of 10. And so students would go on and make bundles of 10, and then moving on, maybe if they're really kind of getting the concept, then we would move on to multiple. And so we would have multiple bundles, and so we'd have 10 bundles of 10. And so I only have 8, and so I had to go grab these other manipulatives because I ran out of straws. And then we would have students group or just make a bunch of groups of 10s and just try to drill that into their heads and just have multiple manipulatives at their disposal. And so for this, I'd be, all right, students, now that we have been working with groups of 10s, how many groups of 10s or bundles of 10s do we have here? How many can you show me on your fingers? Yeah, we have 10 groups of 10s. How many is that? It's not 10. And then hopefully they would say 100, and then they would go berserk. And so that would be one way of doing it, is just making and creating bundles of 10s with students. And you could do this I'm at like a round table. This would be perfect for them. It wouldn't really work with whole group, but it would be really well work really well with small group. And just so we have, you can use like pencils, you can use probably should put these back. You can use paper clips. I have 10 paper clips that they can use, and they can have that in a jar and just pick them out and make them into groups of 10s. Can't really bundle it, so you could also use a whiteboard or even circle it on the desk. But I really love these straws. just making bundles. And what my fiance was actually doing is they're counting the days they're in school, and so one straw equals 1 day in school. And so at the beginning of class, she would just gather attention. So she'd be like, "Students, all right, today, day number 1, we are going to be putting." I'll just bring it over here, actually. So this is more of like a class routine. So she would have ones here. So first day of school, they would put a 1 in there, and then second day of school, 2, and then once they have 10 in there, then they would make it a bundle of 10, and then you would just start over again. 11th day of school, 12th day of school, then you would have 20, and then you would put it in the 10s, and then once you get 10 bundles of 10, then you would move it into the hundreds. It's really cool, and just really a different way, and an everyday practice you can do for learning groups of 10s, which is really cool, I thought. And then to differentiate this lesson for more advanced. So. Sorry, this is my first attempt at this video, if you can't tell. Let's get this out of the way. So for my more advanced or students who really understand the concept of tens is using dice. So you can throw some addition into it. And so she has whiteboards right here. So I would have them grab a whiteboard, and then using 1 or 2 die, because you can get 10 or 12 on the dice, so I'd probably only have them use 1. And so let's say I have kind of my gifted group of students, all similarly gifted and just really understand the concept. I would just have them at this table, and so I'd run it. All right, today they would each have their dice, their own dice, and their own whiteboard, and then so I'd be, today students, we all know the concept of 10, right? And so what I want you to do is roll the dice, and then we're going to use tally marks. So, all right, we got 6. So let's draw 6 tally marks. And so, just kind of what we've been learning in class, is grouping it like that. So how many more tally marks do we need to get to 10? So we could do this. And then 4, right? We need 4 more tally marks to get to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle. Now we have 10 tally marks. And then circle it like this. I would like to use magnets for this, but she doesn't really have those there. But I think that would be a great way to differentiate, let's go upside down, for those gifted and talented students. It's just using the dice and just throwing some addition into there to really drill the concept of 10 into their heads. And so I think that's a really fun way. But there's just so many different options and manipulatives you can use to help students. But the main thing is just repetition, drill it into their heads, having that, having all those different materials you can use, paper clips, pencils, straws, and also just including it into your daily routine, which Dakota has done really well. They do that every day at the beginning of class, and just really helps them understand the concept of 10, which is really cool. But here's the spell. I remember we were talking about that. Off topic, but thank you.